Good morning. You're listening to Scariff Bay Community Radio, and you're listening to Saturday Chronicle here on Saturday, the 1st of October 2022. My name is Jim Collins, and I'm joined in studio by my regular colleague and friend, John S. Kelly. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Jim.
And we're also joined by a new, well, he's not that new now, regular presenter, Darragh Leamy. Darragh, good morning.
Morning, Jim. Great to be here again.
Even though the weather is not as good as
No, unfortunately.
as we have been used to over the last few months. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start as we normally do with the news headlines this morning on Scariff Bay Community Radio. So, John, maybe you'll kick us off.
Delighted to do so, Jim. We in Scariff Bay Community Radio would like to thank everyone who contributed to our church gate collection. If you missed them, you can always donate to any of our volunteers, and I can tell you, we really appreciate your support. It was a most successful weekend all round. Mount Shannon Community Market is taking place on today, Saturday the 1st, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the Market House in Mount Shannon. There is a great variety of food and vegetable stalls, plants, clothing and arts and crafts, and all are very, very welcome.
Isn't it great, John, that the market in Mount Shannon is happening in a building which was originally built as a market house back in the 1740s?
1740s.
1742 is the date, and I understand that the market house, which is a beautiful stone building at the top of the street,
The Coffin House now, is it?
it has been used as a coffin house in the past, but it's being used now as a market house, which was its original use back in the 1740s.
Yes, it's great to revive them, in fairness now, yeah.
It is. It's a beautiful building. So now when you're driving through or walking through Mount Shannon in future, pause a while to look at that fine building, the market house.
The stonework in it is lovely.
An exciting programme of music and song will play out at venues in Mount Shannon. Autumn by the Loch. It's curated by Dr. Clee Donlan and an initiative of Clare Arts Presents. Events this weekend can be viewed on mountshannon.ie website. Now, The Divorce, don't run away, is comedy piece written and produced by Shay O'Neill. It's a fundraising event in aid of Raheen Community Hospital in Cush Pub, Mount Shannon, on tonight, Saturday. Although it's sold out, how about that, lads? The raffle tickets are still on sale and can be purchased from Shay or Niamh Waterstone. And the draw will take place on Sunday in Cush Naona. All support would be welcome. Scariff Apostolic Work Display will take place in the Scariff National School on Sunday, tomorrow, after 11 a.m. Mass, and from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Donations of home-baked goods will be very welcome, and there will be a delicious cake sale and a raffle as well. The workers are looking forward to the usual great support. Jim, do you make a point of getting there before the crowd?
Yeah, if you have a sweet tooth, John, as I have, it's a great place to go.
I'm very lucky I don't have a sweet tooth. Have you a sweet tooth?
Savoury.
Anyway, don't forget it now, tomorrow. Lough Isle National School will have the official opening of the new car park this Sunday, the 2nd of October at 12 noon. Everybody is very welcome. Refreshments will be served afterwards in the school, and thanks to everybody who bought a brick. They are in view now in the car park. That's a great idea, isn't it?
It is indeed, yeah. It is.
Scariff Library and Scariff Local History Group will present Being a Canny Historian, Family History Explored. This is a talk by Dr. David Fleming from UL and our own radio. Will give a special insight into historical sources for family history with a local twist. Now, it will be on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. So do call the library because it'll fill very, very quickly, and book your seat. But of course we'll fit you in anyway, you know. So that's next Tuesday at 7:30, the genealogy talk with a very local twist. So be there.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. The Scariff Feroge Club will resume on Friday the 7th of October with the junior club running from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. This will be followed by Legends Feroge Club for first years. And more details, email ferogescariff@gmail.com. Will you take it over, Jim, now?
Okay, and this is a word I usually get stuck with. Iyengar yoga classes will be on in Whitegate GA Hall on Thursdays from 8 to 9 p.m. They're also on in O'Gunilla Hall on Mondays from 6:15 to 7:15 and in the Muscle Mill, Portumna. It's €60 for 6 weeks or €15, just to drop in. Click Ellen's Facebook page for information, and that's Ellen Baggs, of course. Samaritans Ennis and Clare Branch are currently recruiting new volunteers. No experience is necessary as full training will be given. For further information, please log on to volunteer.samaritans.org. Women's Aid are looking for people to run or walk 100k this October in solidarity with women everywhere who are experiencing or have experienced or are escaping domestic violence. Check the website womensaid.ie/fundraising. Clare communities working to protect and promote local plants and wildlife are being invited to apply for grant funding from a partnership initiative by the Community Foundation for Ireland and the Department of Housing, Local Government and Heritage. Full details of the funding are available on the website communityfoundation.ie, and the closing date is next week. It's the 7th, next Saturday, I think, next Friday, the 7th of October. Inishcalter National School Mount Shannon will be having a cash for clothes collection before the 20th of October at 10 a.m. All types of clothes, paired shoes, handbags, belts, soft toys, teddies, curtains, towels, bed linen, etc. are welcome. Please drop off the bags in the school up to 3 p.m. and your support would be appreciated. Clare Community Response Forum is assisting and coordinating agency supports to those in emergency accommodation. If you're hosting or if you're a Ukrainian being hosted, they would like to hear from you, as there are supports in place to help you all. You can contact them on Community Response Forum at clarecoco.ie or on the clarecoco.ie/Ukraine website. The Technological University of the Shannon, TUS, recently launched a Certificate in Energy Renovation of Traditional Buildings, a first-of-its-kind course that will use innovative teaching methods to upskill building professionals in the design and delivery of high-quality, energy-efficient renovations to traditional buildings. Positive Ageing Week has been taking place during the week up to today, Saturday the 1st of October. Activities in Clare libraries including a new term of digital smartphone classes in Scariff, a beginner's genealogy club in Killaloe Library, Nourishing Your Body This Winter talk in Ennis Library, and well-being events and much more. Booking is essential, so call the libraries. So Darragh, I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you, Jim. A record number of volunteers were out in force for annual Big Beach Clean Weekend, which was on the 16th to the 18th of September. An estimated 2.5 tonnes of litter was collected in Clare and over 63 tonnes of litter nationwide. Well done to all involved in the clean-up. Mary's Meals is a simple solution to world hunger. The number of children out of education due to hunger and poverty is rapidly increasing. Mary's Meals are hoping to start a new support group in your area. To get involved or for more information, please check the website www.marysmeals.ie. A bake sale in aid of Annoch Neil Community Hall will take place on Sunday the October 2nd from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the Cobbler's Rest Boutique. There will be a raffle on the day with lots of spot prizes to be won. Your support will be, as always, greatly appreciated. East Clare Golf Club are holding a fundraiser with the first prize of €750 for the lucky winner. There are only 50 cards with 50 lines in it being sold. Each line is just €5. The draw will take place on Sunday the 23rd of October in the club. Your support will be very much appreciated, so please call the golf club. Scariff National School is running a further Cash for Clobber collection, as it not only raises funds for the school, it also helps the children and adults in the developing world. There will be a covered trailer outside the school grounds from the 8th to the 10th of October to drop off all the usual items. Many thanks to all for your continued support. Historian Alfie O'Brien from Whitegate has a new book out called Deaths in Mount Shannon in Iscaltra 1870 to 1970. It is available in Ban Shop in Scariff and in the local shops in Whitegate and Mount Shannon. I suppose we can take the opportunity to congratulate him on that too. I suppose it's a very good book.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and a very, very good, we've interviewed him, John and I have interviewed him, a very good, very thorough local historian.
Very much.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah. Irish Seed Savers are delighted to launch a 2-year intermediate seed saving course commencing in January 2023 for anyone interested in learning more about seed saving. For all information, visit the website irishseedsavers.ie. Now, Crow's Shop in Mount Shannon is looking to hire a full-time shop assistant. Deli experience is preferred, however, all training will be provided. Please send your CV to diane@crowsretail.com. And we were just saying there before we came on air that it's a great addition for Mount Shannon. As you know, Crow's Shop is in Queen and 6 Mile Bridge, so it's great for all the areas. And Kilkishen, yes, yeah, great for all the areas, yeah. An ecumenical service of Harvest Thanksgiving will take place in St. Cayman's Church of Ireland, Mount Shannon, on Sunday the 9th of October at 3 p.m. All are welcome. Scariff Community College are creating an up-to-date database of their past pupils. They are requesting people to complete a form and return it to them. Check their Facebook page for the link or their Twitter account, and please share the link with any past pupil you can think of. Phil Coulter is in concert on Sunday the 18th of December at 8 p.m. in the Abbey Court Hotel, Nina. Tickets are €40 and are on sale in the hotel. Reverend Paul Fitzpatrick of St. Flannan's Cathedral, Killaloe, advises us that the concert supports the Nina Union of Parishes and is looking for your support. So that's the news headlines. Tune in to the main news when we will have an update on these stories and some music. News headlines are compiled by Ursula Hogan and read by myself, Darragh Leamy, Jim Collins and John S. Kelly. Thank you for listening and take care.
Thanks, Darragh. Well done. I think the Nina Union of Parishes, in case someone thinks that's just Tipperary, I think that includes the parishes in East Clare as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think all of the Church of Ireland, because Nina is obviously in the Diocese of Killaloe as well.
Yes.
So I think all the parishes around here, Tumgraney, Mount Shannon, Killaloe, etc., are all come in under that. So by supporting that concert of Phil Coulter in the Abbey Court, you're also supporting the local parishes here.
And also very important, well, they're all very important, but in particular the college authorities are very anxious to get a proper database of past
pupils. Yes, because they're huge plans, and really ambitious plans for facilities in the college, which we featured last year here on the radio. So they need and they should get everybody's support. Okay, so now this morning, a bit of a historic thing this morning. We have East Clare Garda focus, and normally I'm rooting here with wires and cables and everything to get someone on the phone, but for the first time since the pandemic, we have East Clare Garda focus in studio. So Gda Niall Naughton, you're very, very welcome.
Good morning and thank you very much for the welcome.
Great to see you here.
Good to be back.
Yeah, great to be back.
Can't remember the last time I sat in the studio.
Yeah,
in a while.
it's nearly 3 years ago, I suppose.
I'd say so, yeah, at least.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, tell us, what's the...
Now, a few bits to go through. Killaloo Garda are investigating an incident of criminal damage to the public toilets at the pontoon area in Ballina. At approximately 6:55 p.m. Sunday evening, last the 25th of September, 3 windows were broken and some toilet paper was set on fire at the rear of the toilets. If anyone witnessed this incident, we would ask them to contact Killaloo Garda Station on 061 620 540. The evening before last, Tulla, Super Value in Tulla, were investigating an incident of theft from the shop where a gang entered the shop. Four youngsters entered the shop, ages from late teens to early 20s, and made off with a large amount of vodka, hard liquor and cigarettes. They were well organised. They were in and out of the shop very quickly. The vehicle they're using is a black Skoda Octavia 07 reg. Now, they could change the reg plates, very handy, so just keep an eye out for a black Skoda Octavia. They have been busy. They've targeted shops in Roscrea and Nina and further afield, so they will be targeting shops. It looks like they're targeting hard liquor and cigarette products, tobacco products, easy to resell at markets and stuff, and the chances of recovering it once they're gone from the shop are difficult. So even the staff are always keeping an eye out, but anyone in the shop using the shops has to be keeping an eye out. This car will be parked outside or very near to the store, so for to be in and out very quickly. But that incident occurred on the 29th of October at Super Value in Tulla at around 7:10 in the evening. Sergeant O'Keefe's investigating that. We're following a few lines of inquiries, but I want to raise awareness. It's the time of year where crime will take an upswing. That's why Operation Thor is in operation, and these groups will be focused on and targeted and hopefully neutralised in advance of Christmas, because they're fairly brazen.
Operation Thor?
Operation Thor, yeah, like the chap on the movies,
yes,
with the hammer.
Yes.
Just raising awareness. And another thing you might be aware of it, everyone's aware of it now, but money mules. A money mule is a person who transfers money illegally on behalf of other people. They allow their account to be used for the transfer of ill-gotten gains. They may not be aware of the crime, however they are complicit if they recklessly allow their account to be used to launder the proceeds of these crimes. Students are often targeted by organised crime gangs to act as money mules, so there's no colleges or anything in East Clare, but families will have students off all over the country and indeed outside the country in colleges. So they'll be targeted, and thousands of euro can be laundered through their accounts in exchange for a few €100. Anti-money laundering legislation is designed to prevent organised crime gang members from opening up accounts, so they need the mules to launder the money. We're raising awareness on that.
And of course, a few €100 is very attractive, maybe for a student.
Yeah, it's
who's at the pin of their collar to try and make ends meet.
It's a good night out or a good feed or whatever. You should not allow anyone to use your bank account that you don't know. Obviously, do not share personal bank account data. Don't send or receive money, and trust your instincts. It sounds too good to be true. It likely is. It's just another example of fraud. I'd normally speak about the emails and the texts and the phone calls, which are still ongoing and most likely might increase between now and Christmas. And the penalties are serious on it. Like, the top end for money laundering is a 14 years prison sentence plus a fine. So ignorance is no defence. Father Ted's old line of "the money was only resting my account"
that doesn't work.
will hold no water. Yeah. So don't give in to temptation. And if you're under pressure for money, there's a huge amount of voluntary organisations out there for food, clothing, housing, whatever. Go to them before you go to these guys, because once they get their hooks into you, that's it. You won't shake them. To something a little bit more upbeat, the Clare Garda centenary celebrations are on at the moment. Centenary parade to honour the foundation of a Garda Síochána 100 years ago is scheduled for Friday the 7th of October in Ennis. This date was picked as it marks 100 years to the day that the first Gardaí came to Ennis.
Very good. At
11 a.m. on Friday the 7th of October 22, the Garda band, followed by the Garda ceremonial unit, will form and march down from O'Connell Square along Abbey Street and in through the gates of Ennis Garda Station to reenact the arrival of the Clare Gardaí to Clare on the 7th of October 1922. There'll be a wreath-laying ceremony at the station, and all are welcome. You don't have to be a guard or involved in the guards, somebody in the family in the guards. It'll if the weather's nice, there'll be a nice crowd, but it'll be interesting. And the Garda band they're impressive, in the ceremonial unit. Looks good, like. and they'll all be around there if you want to get photographs or whatever taken with them. There'll be plenty of other guards around. I'll probably be there myself.
And you'll all be in your new uniform as well?
I don't know it'll be in uniform now, but I'll be there. But I might bring the uniform. The new uniform is been well broken in at this stage. It has had plenty of excitement.
Are you happy with the uniform?
Well, we needed a change. I'm happy with bits of it and not happy with other bits of it, but that's typical when you're trying to...
Yeah, and actually, what was the reason for changing the uniform? What was...
Well, they wanted to modernise it.
Yeah.
The trousers they weren't really fit for purpose. They were like slacks or suit trousers. So these are a bit more robust. They have anti-tearing and anti-puncturing, and they're water resistant, not waterproof, which has been found out by many members recently at Electric Picnic.
And they're neat.
And they're neat, yeah. And they're what they say that you don't really need to iron them, but old habits die hard. So the t-shirt is underneath it there now. We were using that in the warmer weather recently, which was a nice relief. When you don't have the shirt and tie, the button up here on the throat.
Yes.
On a hot day, it is a little bit more user friendly that way, like, you know.
So we're looking at it. What we're seeing in the studio now is the actual new uniform.
That's it, yeah. From the boots to the, I don't wear the hat on the radio. There's no need. But the hat hasn't changed. But everything else from the boots up.
So is the word ceremonial gone now?
The tunic is for the ceremonial unit will have it. They'll do the likes of centenary celebrations of state funerals, that sort of thing. Yeah. What else do they do? The ceremonial unit, they'll turn up whenever needed. Officers will be still wearing the tunic and the older uniform. It's the formal uniform now, as it's been changed into the formal rather than the old uniform, say.
Yeah.
And my tunic is hanging up in the wardrobe at home, and it's officially fully retired now. I'll never use it again. Historic, yeah. But I'll hold on to it so that whatever kids and grandkids can see. I was actually in the Guards at one stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I might be in a book or something down the road. You never know.
Yes.
For very inoffensive and boring reasons, hopefully. But that's it. Again, as I always do, it's a drizzly all morning out there. Again, it's Saturday's busiest part of the week, and a Sunday afternoon and evening as well. Take your time, leave early, give good time. Be aware we're living out in East Clare agricultural area, the agricultural machinery beyond the road, and just have patience. No risk taking on the roads.
Going back to the actual robberies, it appears to be like on a circuit, does it?
Yeah. Well, they're using the motorway network.
Yeah,
for once again on the motorway network, they can very quickly make distance between the scene of the crime, and if they've any inkling that we might be looking for them, they can duck in, take an exit, and get lost down some country roads and come back on the motorway at some other place again. So these are very proficient.
I'm getting worried about the situation once the bridges, the new bridge is done. Okay.
Oh yeah.
They'll be accessing. They seem to finish from your reports. They seem to finish the circuit in the Killaloo.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to come.
There wasn't one day now that happened. It's been going on for the last week. So
yeah.
They would have hit different towns. It wasn't all in the one day. They wouldn't be that efficient.
They wouldn't.
No, the training isn't that good, you know. They'd be kind of on the fly training, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they're targeting the high value items that they can sell on very quickly and very easily, and with another few cent to put on the tobacco products, that'll be attractive for them as well.
Yeah.
And Niall, come here. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was listening to Clare FM there, and between January and August, there has been an increase, especially in vehicle thefts. Why is that?
Again, it's economics. It's the law of supply and demand. They won't be stealing. There was a huge problem with the catalytic converter thefts there, and it's ongoing, but it really peaked there the year before last, just before COVID. There was a demand for the cat converters and what was in them to be broken down, because what was in them was valuable. So the theft of cars, there's a demand there, not either within this jurisdiction or external jurisdictions.
Yes.
They don't steal things to leave them sitting in their shed. They steal them to get money for them and move them on as quickly as possible. So the only reason they're stealing things is because there's a demand for them, and they can move them on quickly. They don't want to be caught with containers full of chainsaws or power tools or trailers or cars. They want to get rid of them quickly. That's the reason the thefts are. there's an upswing in a particular thing. Like in years gone by, around this time of the year, you'd see an upswing in home heating oil thefts. It's the economy. Whatever's most popular or what's in most demand, that's what they'll steal because they know they'll be able to sell it.
So I suppose what's the trick in catching them then?
It's you can only have so much security, vigilance. The more information we get, the better. Everyone hears about a crime happening and it's big in the area, but they don't hear about the work that goes into it afterwards. What we do after the follow up, we're like the computer system we have, fantastic. ANPR. We use everything we possibly can to catch them and get them before the courts, and our success rate is quite good that way. There's a few definite lines of inquiry with the theft in Tulla, so we'd be hopeful of a result in that, and people will be brought to account for it.
And of course, the shop in Tulla is not the first time it's been robbed, unfortunately.
No, when you run a business like that,
Yeah.
and that's why we engage with these businesses, and I'll be going talking to them after the show here, is to raise awareness of crime prevention, what they can do, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. These people, if you confront them, they just want to find the nearest exit. They don't want to go fighting over vodka, or they don't want to get caught or held.
Yeah.
So if you confront them, they'll run, but we don't advise really grabbing and holding on to them. Do you know what I
And
mean?
I suppose anyone who witnesses a crime, some people are afraid to contact the guards. So how would you I suppose it's important that people do contact you.
Well, it is important
Yeah.
that they contact us, absolutely. And we want the information. Just because you give us a witness statement or you are a witness doesn't mean you'll wind up giving evidence against someone. Information is what is the lifeblood of Garda Síochána when it comes to investigating crime and solving crime. So don't be afraid to come forward. We are very confidential. Nobody is going to know that you spoke to us. We'll keep it confidential, and there should be no fear of any backlash or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, if you're reporting a crime, you're reporting someone else doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong at all yourself.
Yes.
I have a last question for you.
Okay.
From this side of the table, anyway. We've raised the issue of cameras. You were here one particular Saturday. We talked about it, but we'll remind the authorities again. Why is it there's a reluctance to go into the modern technology in order to identify the guys or girls that were driving that car? Okay, they crossed the bridge, or will cross the bridge, or might cross the bridge, or go near the bridge in Kildoo. There's nothing to capture them. And what is the problem?
Well, there's GDPR is one of the issues.
Our listener, very briefly now.
On Garda Síochána, we'd love a camera on every bridge and every entrance to everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it again, information is our lifeblood.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting out of it. Again, CCTV footage is completely and utterly impartial. It's not saying anything about the person involved in it or anything like that. It's just showing you the image, and it's very compelling to show to someone in an interview if they're saying, "I wasn't there," and you show them the footage. Well, there you are, it's clear as day, And in a court as well, it's a huge assistance again for the detection and solving of crime. Why cameras aren't being put in and aren't activated are usually there's a local issue, a local objection. We have ANPR in the traffic cars, so they're driving down the road. That'll beep, make a sound that a car going past, there might be criminals in it, the tax might be out, there might be no insurance, it could be stolen. That's out there on the roads at the moment, and that's why the traffic units are so effective, because that's their beat. Me personally, I'd love a camera on every junction in East Clare, so...
Does it come at a cost?
Again, their privacy, privacy, it has to be a balance. And in public areas and public squares, maybe there's more of a reason to have it and less of an argument for privacy because it's a public square.
Yeah.
But those decisions are, they're out of our hands. It's the council and people who own the shops who put up the cameras.
We'll come back to it again.
Again, if you want to put in a CCTV camera, it's a fantastic piece of security to have in the premises.
Okay, now listen, thank you for coming in. It's great to have the Gardaí back live in the studio for the first time since before COVID. Yeah. So please God, we'll see a lot more of you coming in.
I'll try to get in here as more as I can. It's more natural to have a conversation rather than over the phone.
Okay, Gda Niall Naughton, many thanks, and we'll talk to you soon again.
Thank you. Good morning, gentlemen.